Okay, so the dwarves are coming to, finally. Wiping the spit from their beards. What time is it?
Time to go.
Time to go. Time to have a quick drink before we leave, I think. And they all swig a little bit more ale. And look, just like normal, at Gaffer Ironbeards to signal the rising from the table. And as soon as Gaffer steps up, is like, lifts himself up, immediately all the other dwarves put their glasses down, take the last bite of their cold chicken legs, and stand up, ready to walk out the
conductor.
door. Gaffer Ironbeard says, "Today's the day. The prince gets the rest. All thanks to you." And he kind of points like duly at all of you guys, like pointing like with his fingers like at the group.
Huh.
Okay. I'm just gonna slip out the door,
Yep.
A shelf of elves. Space Muffins, we got a winner. I'm sorry.
A useless cluster of elves. There you go. All right, so once again, you head back into the woods. I'm going to just put you back here where you were before because, you spent so much time preparing this area for...
Right.
So I'm assuming you're going to go back to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Question is, would the monster be stupid enough to join us here?
Of course he would.
Well, there is that.
Kill!
He doesn't think we could do anything else than what we did yesterday, perhaps. Surely they don't have dimensional anchor.
Yeah, that's in his "do not mess with people" list. If you have to mention anchor, don't mess with them.
I'm just saying, watch me miss both times.
Oh my gosh.
I have a feeling that's gonna...
No, you will not.
No, you have to have faith in yourself.
I do have faith.
Keeliana prayed to St. Cuthbert this morning. Did you know that?
Well, I'm going to ask Kia what she said while we walk out there.
I asked him, though I don't know him, that he may rain his blessings down on my friend Radovan Rainier, that his dice may roll. I didn't say that. that his green
gambling? I'm not helping him with
ray
gambling.
of anchor works. Please. Something like that.
Okay. I'll accept it.
Okay.
Gore, we don't have the map up, by the way.
Well, we're about to fix that, aren't we?
Thank you, sir. Prance of Hells. I gotta stop reading.
Alrighty. So Karen Brunfinder says, "When Skyle Ulrichsen shows his face this time, lights out, laddie. Lights out." Okay, so what's the game plan? How do you wish to get this thing to attack your party again?
Well, what time is it at the moment?
Late afternoon.
Well, we're gonna wait. Just mill around.
Any particular plan on waiting, or just like,
Well, let's get in formation.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the formation waiting.
Really?
So
it's like late afternoon. It's not nighttime yet.
Hell yeah, I don't want to die.
Yeah. Kidding me?
Comes out at nighttime. Won't be crazy.
Just calm down and what?
Yeah, Radovan.
Same thing.
Calm down. Calm down.
Calm down.
I'm gonna stand in the middle this time with Kia.
And be surrounded by dwarves.
Oh, they smell too.
Oh, they do that because they haven't had a bath in weeks, and you know that they've been spilling beer and food and all kinds of stuff. They do smell.
Okay.
They smell rugged.
Can I cast Endure Elements? Would that knock out the smell?
No, smell is not an element, I'm afraid, unfortunately.
Damn it.
So,
right.
Okay.
Cast Mage Armor on myself.
So Kia casts Mage Armor. Radovan, you casting anything yourself, or?
Not right away. It's too early, I feel.
Okay. Oh, I forgot how early it is. Whoops.
So there you go.
Plus all the dwarf asses are facing us. Oh god.
I would probably cast Mage Armor as the
they
sun
probably
starts
do
to
break
set.
wind a good bit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stand out here and just like look. I'm just like, nope.
Silent but deadly.
Oh. Conjure water on the dwarves. Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
Just wait. I'm not even ready. Just like whatever.
All right.
And-
Well, you continue to wait, and it begins to get dark. The night starts to creep in once again.
Yep.
The forest creatures come out, and the 3/4 lit moon is all that kind of stands between you and total darkness in the forest.
Preparing my magic missile. Cal is out too.
Okay, yeah, I've got the yellow ball of doom flowing around here.
Cool.
Dun-dun.
Okay, so you're all standing there in total silence, peering around in the depths of the woods, waiting for this thing to strike. It's a long wait because nothing has happened yet.
Shh. Radman.
We do know that it only comes out when we're separated.
I know.
So, we're not separated.
Dwarves, step out.
And we have a donation. We will acknowledge that in the next break. Thank you so much.
Now, one of you guys, streamies, are supposed to go out there.
Karen, step out. I'm not stepping out.
He goes, why has it got to be me?
It doesn't have to be you. I don't know anybody else's name.
Never mind. I'll do it. Okay, Karen steps
says-
away from the group. As he walks, he's like... looking behind him, holding his warhammer. Come on, you
I'm just gonna,
bastard.
as a thought, I'm gonna
I
say,
know
Kia,
you're out there.
Kia, cast invisibility on me.
Why?
Good
Well,
idea.
what? Fine. Invisible. I do it.
Alrighty. Oh. Double. You got the double whammy. Okay, so Racer disappears.
Okay, so I
Okay.
would like to move.
Uh-huh.
Then, I'm gonna position myself here-ish.
Ah, okay. I know what you're doing. Okay, so you're kind of off to the left of the dwarf.
Yeah.
Or the right, should I say. Okay.
Chase.
Okay, well, Karen's beginning to, like, wander around just a little bit, trying to look for... And I'm assuming you're going to just tail him, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay within
Within
Enough-
striking distance.
within striking distance.
There you go. All right.
Within peekaboo distance.
Within bitch distance. All righty.
That's so messed up.
Shh.
And suddenly, once again, the thing steps out of the ether and immediately like appears and attempts to rend the flesh of the dwarven priest,
No.
hitting him once for 22 points of damage. And then it attempts to sink its teeth into his shoulder but misses. Okay, it's right there. Okay, everybody, like, reactionary attacks. The crossbow-wielding dwarves fire, both missing. Racer,
18.
Oh, your rolls
Racer
are so
dives in
bad.
and stabs at its back. With it not knowing that you're there because you're invisible, that will hit because of your plus to hit. So d6 plus 2. So it's actually 5d6 plus 2. For Racer. 5d6 plus 2. Oh, look at those dice!
Nice roll.
25 points of delicious backstab damage. Very nice.
Peekaboo, beastie.
Biznatch. Okay, so Kia, what are you doing?
I guess I can't delay my action, right? I was gonna
You
wait.
can
to
if you
see-
wish, but you
I
won't have
can.
long.
until after Radovan casts his. Because I don't want to negate the damage if he does end up
you
disappearing
totally
again.
can delay your action waiting on Radovan,
Yeah.
but of course if Radovan fails, the thing's going to vanish, so you'll miss your
Right,
action.
but then I'll waste a spell and he'll regenerate more. You know, like.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to
I'm
hold
gonna
off.
wait.
Okay, Radovan.
Radovan. Radovan.
What
I
does he
don't
need,
like-
Gore?
If anything ever rested upon your hallowed shoulders, it would be this.
So unfair. I have 2 chances tonight, and we have to wait a whole other night.
So what are you casting?
Dimensional Anchor.
Dimension Anchor. People
Yeah.
that are like suffering from senile dementia, it like brings them round. for
Dementia Anchor. It's Dimensional Anchor, Corbett.
Gosh, it sucks.
It's 100 feet per 10. I definitely in range. 1 minute per level, so it'd be 7 minutes.
The range is not an issue.
Ugh.
Okay,
What?
but
What does he need?
it is
It's facing against me, right? Back to me.
a
so-
ranged touch attack.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
make your said ranged touch
Oh, it's so
attack.
bad. Why
What
can't
does
I
he
be
need to
raised?
roll?
Do you really want me to tell you what he needs to roll?
Yes.
I'll tell you, a 19 is good enough.
Yes! Yes!
Of
No,
course,
you
it still may save
Oh no! Don't save!
because actually no,
It
Dimension
doesn't have
Anchor
a
doesn't
saving
have a
throw.
saving throw.
Yes! Okay, can I?
So
shoot my magic
okay, so
missile?
Radovan, this is what happens. Suddenly he spins around, seeing the thing. He goes, "By the power of Cuthbert, I bind thee!"
I do not say that.
Blue
That's
light
stupid.
comes from his hand,
That's not what I said. I said freeze, bitch.
or something along
Stop.
those lines.
Play
How-
time.
Basically, a huge beam strikes the thing, and like a shimmering glow, like an emerald glowing field appears around it as it attempts to like break out of it, but can't.
Uh-oh.
Like it's trapped inside this glowing emerald holy shielding field. And it glances at Radovan and it goes like... Okay, so yes, Radovan, you have successfully tethered it. It cannot vanish. You have
Hercules,
seven.
Hercules!
You have 7 minutes to fight the thing toe to toe.
Ooh, it's on. It's on now.
Alrighty, so
Standing
finally
right there.
the fight is on. Ladies and gentlemen, in the left corner we have something that looks like kind of like a cute and cuddly cookie monster. And in the right corner, a pack of dwarves, a psychotic elf, a murderous half-elf, and some semi-drunk cleric. Alright, let's do it. So, yes, it's bound to this position. It attempts to vanish, and surprisingly enough, it can't. So, where are we at? Kia, you held your action,
Yeah.
so you may still act. What do you wish to do?
I wish to blue ball to magic missile.
Magic
Devil.
missile, magic missile.
Please give me things.
Oh yes. Nice.
Okay, there's no ones.
For 15. Alright, you magic missile it. After Race's evisceration attempt. As soon as that happens, all the other dwarves go, "Now lads, get it!" And they all start charging towards it to close in the gap.
I love Cal like moving too.
Like the little ball of yellow.
Go, Cal, go, fly.
Fly, my pretty fly! Alright, so let's, seeing as this is a whole new combat and that was all kind of reactionary, let's get initiatives for everybody.
Okay.
10.
My fails incoming. Booyah.
Okay, so we got Radovan on a 6, Risa
On
on a
what?
10,
On a 6. I got a 6.
Kia on a
6, Daddy.
13. The dwarves are going on a 5. Cal, let's get a Cal. He's on a 12. Same as right behind Racer. And let me roll for the creature. which is on a... Okay, so creature is first.
Oh, cleric man's screwed.
Okay. So, seeing as it already was attacking the Dwarven Cleric, it is going to continue to attack the Dwarven Cleric.
Oh, this cleric's toast.
Okay, it claws at him with one of its foul, nasty claws once, doing 20 points of damage. Misses with the second claw, but then sinks its teeth into his right shoulder
Oh no!
for 19. So that would be... Okay, the dwarf collapses to the ground. The Dwarven cleric is on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Like it literally like tore a huge jagged chunk out of his shoulder, like ripping a massive chunk away from his neck.
I'm not too unhappy about this. I'll be
What?
honest.
We need 2 clerics. It's awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Can only be one cleric.
There can be only one. Okay,
This is Highlander cleric series, okay?
alright, so the cleric, the Dwarven cleric is down. Covered, eviscerated, bloody mess of a tattooed dwarf, basically. But that being said, it is now Kealiana's turn. What does Kia do?
I am firing another magic missile right into its back there.
The blue balls of light fly from your hand and inflict
Oh,
12
wow.
points of damage.
Not
The
great.
ones.
Not great.
At which point it is now Caldeth's turn to get in the fight.
Go, Cal.
Sting, my angel, sting.
It would be so much better if you said prick it. Go on, prick
Gosh.
it. Okay, Cal swoops in low but misses.
Hell is
bad.
useless, man.
Terrible.
Risa,
Cal.
it is your turn.
All right. Is
You
the
are to the
dwarf-
left, so you can't backstab, but you can attack.
Is the dwarf conscious?
You cannot tell from here. He's covered in blood. You would take a heal check to find out.
Okay. Can I make it here? Can I get a stab off or no?
You can make an attack, but because he knows you're there, it won't count as a critical strike, a backstab.
Still a backstab though, right?
Still be a normal attack, yeah, but you won't get the plus 46.
20.
Hits! D6 plus 2 damage. 6, nice. Alright, it is now Radovin's turn.
Come on, Radovan. Radovan.
What are you doing, Raddy?
Alright, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna summon a monster. My fourth, not my fourth,
Yes.
wait. What do I have? So I chose one. Oh, I actually didn't choose any. Okay, never mind.
So
I'm
no,
not
you're
summoning
not
a
summoning
monster.
squat, are you?
I'm gonna run here, use my strength domain and do an attack.
Okay.
So, what?
Where were you at? Here?
He's by Kia.
Like I was like there, right?
There. Okay,
can't.
yeah, I'll let you.
No, if not, that's okay.
No, that's okay.
I mean,
There, it's. I'll always give you the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, I mean, it's close.
Well, I
but
was like-
I'll give it to you. Yeah,
so
it's
each one of these squares is 20 feet, you said?
10 feet.
Yeah, so I can make it 20 feet.
You can make the distance, but you have to like move and you have to make a move, attack, and attack physically. But you've got enough. You're right there. You're okay.
All right.
Adrenaline.
Towards it.
Oh my
I knew he
lord.
was going to roll crap anyway. I wasn't worried.
Screw you, Radovan.
But it's the dwarf's turn. Okay, the 2 dwarven crossbow bolts fly. One hits for an impressive 3 points of damage. Worst dwarf attack or damage roll ever. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so our heroic 2 dwarves. The first dwarf with his dwarven axe swings, hitting the second time for 14. As Karen Longbeard dives forward with his dwarven war axe, screaming, "Good night, sweet prince!" and hits twice. Once for 16 and once for 15. As the last axe, he's like, whew, and then brings the axe cleaving down on top of the beast as it strikes hard, almost cleaving the thing clean in half. Ooh. It collapses to the floor. A bloody piled mess.
Karen!
Damn.
And it is down.
It would have been really bad if he said "Goodnight, sweet prince" and then missed. Just saying, you know.
I'm gonna run towards the cleric on the ground.
Yeah,
Save
same.
the cleric!
The as you guys are watching, slowly but surely, all the fur begins to shrink back into the corpse, and instead is the naked form of some somewhat kind of sturdy, handsome-looking dwarf.
Oh.
I love how B and Kia.
And he's laying face down just to avoid any embarrassment.
First reaction is to cover our eyes.
Dwarven Winky on display.
Winky.
I'm gonna do a heal check on the dead, most likely dead dwarf. So.
He is not dead, sir. He is.
Save him!
He's seriously injured.
Oh
and
my
close
God.
to death, but he is not yet dead.
I am totally doing a critical, or
All
serious, 3d8, right?
Yes.
3d8 plus 7. Whoa, buddy!
Yes.
For 18. The most awesome cure critical ever. So you cured him for 18 points of damage. He is awake. He is conscious.
And I'm doing another one. A moderate.
Alright.
2d8 plus 7.
For another
There you
18. Okay, he is a lot... He's definitely a lot healthier after that. He's still seriously
you,
injured,
Radovan.
seriously wounded. So
Heal yourself, cleric.
Let's take the X off. Physician, heal thyself. He says, "No, I'm all right. Did we get the bastard?"
There
See
he
for
is on the
yourself.
ground.
At which point, all the other dwarves are kneeling in a circle around the naked form of this other dwarf.
I'm gonna back up to give them their
It's kind of
their
an
space.
uncomfortable scenario for those that are of non-dwarven kin.
I'm gonna go sit in that stump.
As Gaffer Ironbeard like says, "Last," he goes, "Scale, we found you and put you to rest. May your family remain honourable. And I know that you'll atone for all those lives that you took when you were not yourself." And they all start humming. And does anybody speak Dwarvish in your group?
I do.
You do. Okay.
I do.
A misty mountain
I speak human, dwarven, and elvish.
All right. Well, basically, you hear them all kind of like chant a dwarven farewell poem, like as respect, saying things like, you know, may you rest well, may you drink long, may your beard continue to grow, may may the wine still flow upon your form, and may the dwarven women continue to like bless you with their endowments and all kinds of like non-appropriate dwarven stuff. It goes on for an exponential amount of time. You guys are sitting there 15 minutes later. It's like, come on, get it out of it. And then finally they all stand up. One of the other dwarf with the hand axe, he picks up the body of Scale and throws him over his shoulder and looks to you and goes, "We need to bury him. He's a proper burial."
Is he still buck-ass naked? Like no one covered him? They're just hoisting a naked dwarf?
Absolutely, yep. He's butt naked. His moon is shining in the moonlight.
I'm gonna whisper to Race to say, "Give him the tiger pelt."
Ooh,
He's bare-assed, man.
I don't care. I
You
fucking
can't
kill
have
this
my
thing.
fucking tiger belt. Fuck you, dwarf.
Yeah. This
Do
thing's
you have
like
any
my
idea how
pride.
rare
My
those
pride
are?
and joy here.
All right. Where do you want to bury
They
him?
start marching
Oh.
back
Oh, okay.
towards the village.
Actually, I think when you say give him the tiger pelt, I said give him your morning star.
Yes. You know where to stick it.
Ha ha, Risa, ha ha. I'm just gonna follow behind the procession of dwarves as they go.
Well,
I'm
the
going to follow at a
dwarves-
respectful
too.
distance.
Right, they solemnly head back to the town of Skuldragate. Once they arrive, they go into the tavern carrying his naked body with them, much to the not quite so pleasant reception of the locals. As they wander in, they kind of lay him on a bench next to him and say, "We need rags. We need a cloth to wrap him in, and a bed to rest him in until we're ready to move on." The innkeeper's like, oh, okay, whatever. And brings out a whole bunch of like old sheets and stuff, and they proceed right there on the table to wrap his naked form up. They whip out rope and wrap it round him to make a nice, neat, tidy package. He says, "All right, lads, who's taking him back?" And they all kind of look at each other. At which point, all of them like put both fists into a circle, and they go, "Ready?
Oh,
1,
no.
2, 3!" And each one of them like throws out a whole bunch of fingers, and then they do it numerous times, much to your confusion and like, what the fuck are they doing? And then finally, after all of that, the dwarves stop, and one of the dwarves that you recognize as the crossbowman,
Yes.
he says, "Well, Auric, looks like it's your responsibility." He says, "Fine. Me and the pony will take him out to the mountains tomorrow morn. We'll get it done." So this guy takes the body and heads up to the room that they actually finally paid for a room. At that, Gaffer Ironbeard says, You, lassie, come here."
To who?
He's looking directly at you.
Me.
And your friends.
Yes.
I believe we made you a promise that if you
We did.
helped us put Scale to rest and restore honor to his dead family, that we would pledge our allegiance to you in your mission to rid the strange marks from your arm. And he kind of glances at all the other dwarves, and every one of them stands up. And he goes, they all kind of raise a fist, and he goes, like in unison, every dwarf says, "So do we swear!" And they like go, poof, 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 and like hold up 2 fingers. He says, "We are yours until the marks be gone or our lives be spent."
Whoa.
I raise my fist in the air. Cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Are you high, lassie? No.
I'm just very
drugs?
taken aback by their kindness, I guess. It's really cool.
He says, "A dwarf's word is his bond. We'll see it done, no matter what. Now, from where do we travel next?"
Towards the 3-tiered mountain.
The
3-crown
three-tiered
mountain. Tri-crown
Aye.
mountain, whatever it's called.
Well, at which point Karen like goes, "If I may." And the gaffer kind of looks at Karen. He goes, "Northwest of here would be the way to go." He goes, "We'll find ourselves traveling to the next town, the Realon. From Realon, you head north to Epidemon, the city, and from there you can see the Tri-Crown Mountains. This be where your quarry lies, and this be where we do or die."
All right. How long will it take to bury your former prince?
That's not your concern or ours anymore.
Will
Auric's
he-
taking him back to the family. He goes, Auric's taking him back to the family tomb to be buried.
Oh, so
Auric's
he will not be
leaving our
joining
company
us.
in the morning.
Okay. So, drink, enjoy your night, mourn your guy. We'll
Do
move
we
out in the
ever
morning.
do anything else? And they're all like, "Ah!" and immediately start quaffing ale and stuffing food.
Yeah, Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go to my room and rest. I'm gonna actually order some food before I go up there.
Okay.
Despite how late it is, and then I'm just gonna retire.
So I want to
exciting.
just kind of grab Kia before she heads away. Maybe we're walking away. Are you going to your room, Kia?
Sure.
I'm just going to say, because Radovan announced which languages he spoke, did he say he spoke Elvish?
I think so. Did he?
Why would he speak Elvish?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's fishy to me.
Huh.
Fishy.
I'm going to speak to him in Elvish from now on. Let's go. We'll find out someday, maybe.
Yeah.
I love how that's like fishy.
You hate elves.
Well, that's why you can let. When you hate something, you want to know everything there is to know about it.
Apparently.
Dang.
Okay, so all of you are heading up to your rooms to rest for the night. The 4 remaining dwarves that you have in your company do what they always do. You have Gaffer Ironbeard, the company leader, Ragnar Luxvin, Karen Brandfinder, and Budrick Finbeard.
What's the last
All
guy's
now.
name?
Sorry?
Budrick or
Budrick.
Pudrick?
Bud. Budrik. Budrick.
All right, there we go.
So they are now your dwarven companions
Wow.
that have
sweet.
pledged themselves to helping you rid the marks.
And just so that I can have this, what kind of weaponry does each of them wield so that I can...
Okay, Gaffer Ironbeard wields a dwarven war axe. Ragnar Loxvin wields a battle axe. And Karen Brandfinder is the cleric who wields a warhammer. And Budrick wields a crossbow.
Thank you so much.
Exergy Gaming, thank you for the follow.
Oh, that's pretty cool. We got friends, guys. We got friends.
Yeah, we got...
Hammer said Budrick is an old Celtic name that means YOLO swag. I don't know that that's true, but I won't doubt your
No, it's true.
Celtic
Hammer knows
heritage.
everything.
YOLO swaggins.
YOLO swaggins. All right, so you rest up. The following morning, the dwarves are actually awake and outside when you first wake up,
Wow.
I'm assuming we will probably need to acquire a horse.
which I believe you had discussion of acquiring prior to going off on this mission.
Yes, so
We
we're
did.
going to go to the mayor's house,
Yes.
and
Oh yeah, get our money.
Well, he offered
Wait,
150.
Mayor.
Oh, but we didn't bring proof out of respect for the dwarves, so probably not going to get our money.
Awkward.
So we killed the thing. Really?
It was a curse.
Yeah.
Prove it.
We promise.
Well, I'm gonna go there and
All right. So once again, the mayor he opens the door. He's actually fully dressed this time. He says, "Oh, hello."
Hi. You remember us, obviously.
Hi. He says, "I'm sorry. Was your wife a lesbian?" No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, really random.
Radovan knows where it comes from.
I do. Good news. We stopped the terror to the north. That's the good news.
The creature. Excellent.
It was a cursed dwarf, if you must know,
Really?
who was able to shift in and out of our dimension.
Doesn't sound very probable to me.
Well, you're gonna have to take it as I promise on St. Cuthbert. This is what it was, and this is what happened.
You are a priest of St. Cuthbert and not very prone to lying, after all. So, as a priest of St. Cuthbert, if you say it is so, I accept your word.
Well, the woods are as safe as they ever would be, you know, all things considered, natural things notwithstanding, right? I mean, we did dispatch some trolls too, I will let you to know, a few days ago.
Well, I will consider that a bonus.
We don't have anything really to show for it, however.
Well, I understand. I thank you immensely. I'm very busy. I must go. But do come by and visit us again next time you're here in town.
Excuse me,
No, I'm sorry. I know I'm being rude, but I am very busy. And he starts to slowly close the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hand out.
Okay, well, your massive form blocks the doors like, boom. Is there a problem?
You tell me. This is, we did your town a service, and you're just like brushing us off.
Oh no, I'm just have a lot. I need to get breakfast. That's all. I was just a bit of a hurry. But I do appreciate everything you've done. Very kind of you.
I'm doing a sense motive check. Something's not right here.
Okay.
And my sense motive is 16.
It's clear to you after discussing things with... You've already been told the guy's a cheapskate. He offered numerous figures for a reward. Your gut tells you he's just hoping he can fob you off without paying you.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, you're just like, yeah, I know what's going on here. You just want me to leave so that you can, like, just go home and shut the door and pretend that nothing happened and not pay us.
So, I'm just going to say, on our way here, a dire bear attacked us, and our horse and cart was destroyed, essentially. Well, not the cart, the horse.
Oh. Well,
so...
Very sorry.
Could you spare us a horse, a well-stocked horse, and that'll be it. You can keep the gold, not tax your town. We need a horse.
Well, in that case, absolutely, I'd be more than happy to give you a horse.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes. My stable is just out back. I have several horses there. Not the black mare, however. Not the black mare. You can't have that. Wouldn't be good for pulling a cart anyway. It's more of a racehorse. She doesn't have the physique to pull a cart. But talk to my stable lad and tell him that I gave you permission to have one of the horses. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me give you something. And he scribbles on a piece of paper and hands it to you. He goes, give him this. Read it to him because he can't read. But basically it says that I've given you one of my horses and consider that due payment for assisting our town here. I'm very, very, very grateful.
Okay.
Orawat, Oscan, and Monkey Pants, thanks for the follows, guys.
Okay, so without even looking at the paper, I'm going to hand it to Reza.
Okay.
Just be like, thank you, and I'm going to let him close the door in my face.
Alrighty. Which, he doesn't slam it in your face. He's like, well, thank you, bye. And then once he knows you're like a few feet away, he's like, poof, shuts the door quickly.
Jackass.
Does the paper say anything about the black mare?
Actually, no. It just says, please give them an appropriate horse.
Okay.
Well, let's check out these horses, eh, Reza?
Sounds good.
All right, so we're going to head around back.
Okay,
I see
so you
a little
go back.
smile on Reza's face.
There's about 8 different horses that he has in the stable there. It's immediately very clear about which horse he was talking about, as you see a very kind of fine, sleek, lean black horse. There are 2 very large, kind of stocky draft horses that are more kind of like Bill used to be, like that physical, hefty kind of look. And then several other random run-of-the-mill horses. And the stable boy is basically there mucking out each stable as he's like, shh, 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 shoveling shit as he does each day.
I'm just going to turn to Race and say, just
I'll deal with the horses, Radovan.
All right.
So I'm going to find the stable boy.
All right.
And just say, you there.
Yes, miss?
I have this, and I'll have the paper kind of in between my fingers. From your master there.
Oh, yes, miss. And he holds his hand out.
It says, and I'm just going to kind of have it here. It says, please, for services due, please find 2 appropriate horses for these people to take on their way.
He says, what kind of horses would you be looking for, ma'am? Riding horses, or...
Where is our cart at the moment?
Your cart is at the inn, in the inn stable, because the Dwarven ponies pulled it there for you.
Okay. Is Radovan within earshot?
I'm assuming so, because you all kind of went to the stable, so...
Rado, could you go get the cart and get the dwarves to bring it back here?
Sure, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dart back there.
Okay.
To get the cart and to go.
Right, so you're gonna just get one of the Dwarven ponies, hook it up, and drag it back here.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So I will probably look for the two draft horses. Sound nice.
Uh-huh. I mean, they're like both huge.
Yeah.
Your cart, however, is fairly small, and it would be it's designed to be pulled by one horse.
Okay, well, one horse hooked to the cart and one to ride.
Okay. He says, well, either of these two would be very appropriate to pull your cart, ma'am. And any of these, and he kind of points at the other, like, 5 or 6 semi-generic looking horses to the side. He goes, would be more than adequate for riding.
Is Kia there?
She's there, yeah.
Kia, do you want a horse to ride?
Or did you not go? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry, I did not go.
Oh, okay. So no, Kia is not there. She's still at the inn.
Okay. To ride a horse, what should you have as a skill?
There is, in fact, a ride skill.
Yes. Mine's +3, so is that adequate for riding, like, properly?
Yeah, you can ride any basic horse without problem. The ride skill more or less comes in if you have to, like, jump over fences or rough terrain or shoot from horseback and all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay, well, I'll just take something appropriately sized for riding, not the black mare.
Okay, so basically you take a draft horse and one riding horse. Alrighty. It's me, Otto. Thanks for the follow.
We good to go, guys?
Looks like it.
Do it.
Got rations and everything.
You have some rations, yep.
Does this horse have a saddle? Because if not, I might have to purchase one.
No.
Alright, is there a place I can get one?
Possibly if you, like, go knocking door to door, but there's no real store here in this village.
Just ask the mayor's farmhand, you know? Can we have equipment for these guys, you know? A little boy, man, child?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I don't believe it said anything about providing saddles and stuff.
No, I need to purchase one.
Oh, I wouldn't know what a fair price is. You'll have to talk to his lordship.
You know what? That's fine. Thank you for your time.
All right,
I'll
well,
try.
enjoy the horses. Oh, can I have that bit of paper so that I've got proof that I actually gave the horses to the person that he said they should go to?
Nope. And I'm for you.
He kind of goes, but miss, I could get in
flick a
awful
gold at him.
trouble. Sorry, what was
Look
that?
at gold as I go off on my horse.
You have no saddle though, so you're just like barebacking
She
it.
can ride
Yeah,
bareback.
bareback in it.
All
Okay.
right, so you meet up with the dwarves on their ponies, and you head out of this gate right here. All right, as you travel from Skeldergate, several days from a northwesterly direction. You have the dwarves with you each night. Once again, they do little to nothing in regards to preparing to watch, but light a huge
did they set up a
and
fire?
gather around.
Oh,
Yep,
I'm just
every
going to
night.
take this little scrap of paper and just chuck it in that
Burn
fire.
it.
Yeah, whatever.
Alrighty. Milk says, "Do not name the horse." I recommend Bill 2.0.
I was thinking Elton.
Elton John.
Elton, I like it.
There you go.
No, because if Elton John dies, I will cry. For real.
No, but if he dies, you can all sing. You can say, "It seemed to me that he lived his life like a candle in the wind."
Oh,
Redderland's
stag
mic.
Ah!
You touched your mic. You touched it. Okay, so you all head
Come on,
northwards.
Elton.
Several days you travel from the northwest, and finally, after several days' travel, you arrive at the town of Realon. Your icon, as normal, represents you, and right now it represents all the dwarves as well, because you're all traveling.
Is this better? Sorry about that.
No, that's
Yep,
absolutely
good.
fine.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
It happens. All right. Well, as you travel, after 3 or 4 days, you arrive in the hamlet of Realon. As you enter the township of Realon, you immediately notice how unusually quiet it is. Yeah, the birds are singing and the crickets are chirping, but no common chatter can be heard from the townsfolk. As you make your way through the center of town towards the building that seemingly promises the likelihood of tavern or innship, you notice almost no commoner you pass seems to speak. No idle chatter, and each one seems to be carrying their head kind of low as they walk. And you arrive here, outside of the tavern.
Is there anybody walking by right now?
Yep, you see a couple of people just walking through the street, like...
Probably say, "You there? Hello?
Yes, miss?
Are you alright?"
Oh, we are fine, miss, yes.
Alright, carry on.
Thank you, miss.
I look over to Radovan and
They continue to
Raisa.
wander by.
What is happening here?
Remember they mentioned slavery up here?
Oh gosh.
Maybe these guys are downtrodden, beaten down, oppressed
Do we look?
in some
Do
capacity.
we look around? Are there any like guards or people?
There are quite a few guards. More than you would recommend, more than you would expect for such a small
District
hamlet.
12.
Splat, thanks for the follow.
Oh,
But
no.
they're wearing no livery that you're used to. They're wearing kind of like a very dark kind of black livery. And they all seem to be kind of like scowling a lot and...
Okay. I'm gonna make sure my tattoo's covered.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna approach the dwarves and say something bad is afoot here. We need to tread carefully.
I recommend we tread into the tavern.
Maybe we should just pass
What
through the
better
door.
place to find out what's going on in this damn concerted place?
If these people
Who
are
cares? Let's
oppressed,
go.
your liveliness, rambunctious drinking, which is fine by me, might attract unwanted attention. I have been in a place called Scarrow, where there was a law in the book saying you're not allowed to drink during the day, and I broke that law unknowingly. I don't want you to fall in the same trap, you know? It could happen. What if you...
Fine. We'll just get something to eat and a wee drink then.
Alright, a wee drink, and we keep our ears to the ground.
He goes, aye, come on. Standing out here looking at these fairly well wasters is not really filling my appetite.
Just be quiet about it, okay? You don't need to be
Quiet?
yelling all night.
What does that mean?
Radovan, cast a cone of silence.
You're...
Okay, basically, here's the tavern. Let me move you guys in first.
I don't want to go in.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, I'm
You can stay
going
out-
in.
You can stay outside. Okay, so Radovan, you enter the tavern.
Heyo.
Kia, are you
Yeah, I'm
going
gonna
in?
stay out with the horses.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay, Kia wanders in, and of course the dwarves stomp their way through,
Jeez.
plopping themselves immediately down on a tavern, or on the tavern floor in this big open room here. And almost immediately, bring us food! Oh, and a wee glass of ale. Just a couple of pints.
I'm going to turn to Kia and say, I think we should split up and try to listen in on the conversations around this place, knowing full well that the dwarves might attract unwanted attention, you know?
Sounds good. I'll go right.
All right. Well, the tavern is called the Last One Inn.
So creepy.
It's a fairly small and simple establishment. Few tables adorn the bar area, yet a large bar can be seen as prominent fixture. A handful of common folk scatter the room, and a simply dressed middle-aged man with long brown hair tends the bar. One man with a large pike rested across his lap also sits at the bar. He wears a chainmail shirt and the livery of some station. His eyes glance at you kind of sideways as you enter the tavern. He's like watching you as you walk in.
I'm gonna pretend to not know Radovan and cut to my right and sit down on the bench there.
Okay,
stool.
so Radovan. So basically, you two split up and sit in different points of the bar. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I wanna listen to these guys behind me as much as I can.
Okay, they're saying nothing. It's like quiet eating and drinking, like very civilized.
What about these guys?
The same. The innkeeper first comes over to Kia and says, hello, ma'am. What can I get you?
I will just have something to eat, please. Thank you.
Yes, I will, do you have any preference?
No.
I will notify the kitchen at once. Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes and goes over to Radovan. Hello, sir. What may I get you?
Something to eat and water, please.
Yes, I will inform the kitchen. Thank you.
Oh, he's so quiet.
And he has this, like, very dry, almost false demeanor about him. At which point he goes and talks to the girl at the door of the kitchen. Says, 2 meals, please. No preference, just whatever you feel is necessary. And she's like, oh, okay, right.
Can I grab the barkeep on his way back
Uh-huh, yep.
and tell him to lean in very closely to me?
So you're gonna pull him forward? He goes,
Yeah,
okay, so he kind of leans in.
what's going on here? Why is everyone so quiet?
This is a very civilized town. We believe in civilized hospitality and civilized conversation, ma'am.
Civilized doesn't mean quiet, sir.
Probably I think it's really going to come.
Sense.
Yeah, it's going to come under sense motive. It's not going to be a spot. So do a sense motive.
Gotcha. 6. Let me sense your motive.
Okay. As he's talking to you, you notice his eyes keep glancing to the left, and for them momentarily affixing themselves on the guard.
This guy?
Nope, this
No.
guy.
The guy.
Oh, okay.
The one to the left of Radovan. Like he's...
Okay.
Can I do a spot check? Because I'm watching them to see if it's really him. I mean, if he looks over at the guard, can I spot, maybe, hopefully notice it?
You can make a spot check, yeah, I'll give you that.
Because, without words, I want to try to get a sense of...
Yeah, I mean, you can see him numerously,
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna turn my attention to the guard and look sidelong at him.
Okay, as you
I'll let
start...
go of him.
Okay. The guard stops. He's sitting there holding a mug of ale, and as he feels your eyes burning into him from the left, he's like... looks at you, and he says...
salute him.
Do you want something, stranger?
Not at all, just admiring your craftsmanship. And it's his halberd, right? Is that his weapon?
Yeah.
I've never seen a halberd before. It looks...
Well,
right.
keep yourself to yourself and you won't see it any closer, right?
Uh-huh. I'm sure.
We don't like strangers around here. Hopefully you're gonna fill your bellies full of food, have a couple of pints of ale, and be gone by morning, I would assume, if you know what's good for you.
Uh-huh.
I see you come in. And he kind of gets up and pushes the stool behind him with his foot. and walks right over to you, bold as brass.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
He says, "You came in here with that pack of dwarves. Do you know them?"
They helped... Truthfully, they helped me out on the road. I was beset by a dire bear.
Why are they here? What brings a small band of dwarves and a priest of St. Whatever here?
Static.
Oh yeah, you got a little bit of crackly going on there today, Alec.
Really? Still?
It's okay
It's
now.
gone now.
Well, I just cleared my throat, so maybe you heard that.
No, it's not that.
No.
Unless you have unless you have like sandpaper and bubble wrap in your throat, it's not that.
Sorry.
But do
It's
this
good
a lot.
now. It's
and it will
good
sound
now.
cool when you pop it.
Well, okay. I mean, I'll try not to touch my sensitive mic, you know?
No, it's good. He's like, don't care for such people as dwarves and of St. Cuthbert.
Well, you see that I'm not sitting with them, even though I know them. I think we can get along quite well, because I don't like sitting next to them either.
Huh. So you don't care for dwarves then? Did you hire them or did they hire you?
A little bit of both.
Well,
We mean no trouble, however, so relax, sir.
that's fine. Just understand, you're just an average citizen here in Realon. Your
Oh, I'm a
station
nobody.
of St. Cuthbert holds no sway with the local government and no sway with the local guard. And it certainly doesn't hold any sway, as he stands up and like yells it at the top of his voice, with any citizen of Realon! And you see everybody like shrink into their chairs.
So, perhaps you can do me a service.
I
and
won't do you any service except
Let me-
warn you, be gone by morning or you'll be for it. Do you understand?
I just don't want
Bloody
to.
strangers!
I just don't want to break any of your laws unknowingly. Mind giving me a short, abridged version of your laws and ways, so we would be out of your hair, no mess, no fuss?
No. Just don't break any. That's all I'm gonna say. If you break any, we'll hold you accountable. It's not our problem to teach you the lore. And he's got this like a really like smug, obnoxious look on his face as he says it, like,
Okay.
priest of St. Cuthbert, worshipper of the lore, you should know the lore. You're gonna come around here preaching it.
I think our
Have
business...
you seen the Church of St. Cuthbert here in town? I think you would find it most interesting.
Can I buy you a drink?
No! Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got duties to attend to. And he spits on the floor, like, directly in front of you, and turns around, glares at every person in the inn, and stomps out. So, clearly a pleasant chap. Everybody
So
literally...
glad I'm not
whole
the inn.
has gone like...
Okay.
I've scooted closer, as you can tell.
Just give Kia a look like, yeah, that happened.
So that's a thing.
Did the dwarves notice at all?
They like were sitting there holding their glasses listening, but more like if a fight starts they were gonna like dive in and help you, but they didn't really say anything or get involved in any way, shape, or form.
I'm gonna say, well, Radovan, let's go check out the church.
I think he was being facetious.
Yeah, I want to see what happened to the church. And
I don't think there actually ever was a church of St. Cuthbert here,
You
but
don't think so?
I think
As you say that, this guy right here leans round and he says, no, there was.
What happened?
Oh no, I'm just gonna get up and leave. I'm just leaving.
What?
I'm just like,
I'm
wait, there
gonna
was? Oh my
What
god.
do you mean?
What did they do to my church, man?
Okay, so you're stomping out of there?
Yeah, no, I'm just like bolting.
Okay, so Radovan bolts out the church, Where did you bolt to? I can't even see your icon.
It's a flat. I'm right here. All
Oh,
right.
there you are. Okay. Okay, so Kia, you're getting closer to the guy.
Yeah. Leaning in.
Okay,
Wait,
as
wait.
you do so, the person to his right grabs him and goes,
Yes.
like, shakes her head, like, no. And he goes,
Come on.
looks to the left, looks to the right. He says, we used to have a Church of St. Cuthbert, but they came and they ripped the sign off the wall and they dragged the priest off and they claimed it for themselves and said that this was now the guardhouse and that we were under the rule of Epidemon, and, well, if we knew what was good for us, we'd keep our mouths shut and do what we were told.
That's awful. Epidemon? Epidemon?
Epidemon, the city, north of here.
They're
Some
ruling
say that
you.
it's come under a new rule, and the new rule has reached out and it's claiming the surrounding area, and we're all under its rule. And they grabbed the mayor and they dragged him off, and they appointed a new, well, I don't know what you'd call him, an overseer, they said, but we've
Where
never
is he?
seen him.
He doesn't live here.
Oh no, he lives here. He lives in the old church, along with most of the guards. And that crimson knight.
Crimson Knight.
He's a hideous man, 8 foot tall. He's got this plate armor with spikes all over it. Carries 2 great big giant swords that he holds in each hand. And if anybody so much as looks at him in the face, he beheads them. Did you see the gallows?
I didn't.
As you come into town on the far right, 2 weeks ago, they built a brand new set of gallows. We've never had such a thing here before. Most of the militia that used to work for us have all been hanged. Anybody at all that dares question or speak out against them gets hung. They execute them. It's a horrible place to live. And if we try to leave, they kill us for that too.
Shh. I won't stand for this. I'm gonna go check it out. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Papa Petro, thanks for the follow. Alrighty, so you're heading out.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Alright, so here you are back outside the Tavern of Realon. Racer is sitting outside. Racer, you would have noticed a leather clad guard with a huge big halberd stomp out of the tavern and walk northwards up the road from you, but that's all. And a few minutes later, out comes Radovan, and a minute or two after that, he's followed by Kieliana.
Well, as soon as Radovan comes out, I obviously didn't hear anything inside.
No, 'cause
but
it was-
I'm gonna
yeah.
say I think we should leave. I don't like it here.
I'm not even listening to Racer right now. I am looking at each of the buildings on the southern route. Walking.
Okay, glancing at number 2,
So,
it's
yeah.
clear that was a religious institute of some kind.
Oh, it was. I'm gonna head straight
Ooh,
there.
ooh.
Just like
I'm gonna follow him and be like, wait, Radovan, wait, Radovan.
Well, you're a few minutes behind him, so... Okay, so
Okay.
you come out, Racer is like, hey, Radovan, and you're walking straight past her. Okay,
Gotcha.
Racer, make a sense motive check.
Me?
Yeah. Because you're looking at Radovan and he's ignoring you as he's stomping past you.
that's yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, clearly you're like talking to Radovan and you know he can hear you, but he's not responding, and he's like basically on a man on a mission as he heads directly south with a very stern look on his face.
Radovan! So I'm assuming right about now Kia will be coming out.
Yeah, Kia comes out looking very...
Come out.
She
Where's
looks pretty
Radovan?
sheepish at this point.
Racer, where's Radovan?
That way? What's going on?
Follow me. And Ursula will
don't
start toward where she
you.
pointed. And I'm going to explain to Racer as we walk towards Radovan.
Okay, so
Quickly.
you're going to fill Racer in on what the guard said, or
Like
what
about
the
the
guy
Crimson
said.
Knight, about the St. Cuthbert Church, and
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Radovan. So you're heading to the church.
I'm basically just walking around this perimeter, just looking at its state of what it looks like.
Once you basically walk around the front of the church, it is clear to you that this was at one point a church to St. Cuthbert, probably very recently. However, you notice that the statue to St. Cuthbert that stood, like, basically right here, has been smashed down to the floor and the head has been removed. You notice that the sign that was once above the door, denoting it as a Church of St. Cuthbert, has been torn down and smashed to smithereens and strewn across the floor in front of it. And you can hear guards laughing with debauchery from the inside.
Have I caught up to Radovan yet?
Yeah, have we caught
you
up?
guys
Yeah,
basically
I'm not
you're like
walking
running
fast,
up to him
so-
as he's like
Okay.
just stomping around, like observing
Can I
everything.
get in his face and hold his shoulders and be like,
Yeah, and I want to be like, Mark.
Radovan,
Mark.
I'm going to ask you a question. How do you feel? And this is
Devast-
not a.
So, okay.
I'm not fishtailing you here. I want to know, how does your character feel?
He's hurt more than anything. He's surprised, and yeah, there's a little frustration, and there's a little. It's a bunch of feelings, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like an injustice has been committed, and this is should not stand.
Go ahead and make a willpower check for me based on that.
static.
And a
Yeah, there
static
was a
check.
little static, yeah. And
Static
a static
check.
check.
A willpower, right?
Yep, because this is a marks check based on the frustration level that you feel.
Well, I said devastated first, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, well, the same thing, Okay, awesome. Okay, so
Dead 18.
you can
Control
feel
yourself, Radovan.
you can feel the burn on your forearm of the marks, but quite honestly, this is beyond that for you. This is like whoever this is came here and desecrated one of my churches. It's like a huge. It's almost like it's gone beyond frustration, beyond anger, and you're almost above the marks at this point. WBK, thanks for the follow. So it's like you feel the burn from the marks as they attempt to take hold of you, but you're like so already in a state of like sheer mental, what's the word? Like your mind is so already overwhelmed with what's going on. The marks just don't seem to be getting through to you.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm in front of him, telling him it's okay. Don't let your marks get you. Just calm down, one step at a time. You're okay. Just
I'm
like
gonna-
speaking softly.
Well, before we take our break, so I can try to fix my mic, I'm going to say to Reza, we can't leave this place. I'm not going to stand for this.
All right. Well, that is about the perfect time because it is the time for the next break.